Cold Storage, a dark horror comedy about the US military storing a planet-killing fungus in an abandoned cold warehouse. Yeah, you heard that right. They just left the apocalypse sitting in a fridge somewhere in Ohio and then, well, because bureaucracy never disappoints, sold the place to a self-storage company. You can't make it up, except Hollywood, of course, did absolutely make it up. And the obvious happens, the fungus leaks, things go pear-shaped, and suddenly you've got zombified humans, cats, rats, and deer running about. Yes, deer. They're spreading spores and bad CGI in equal measure. There's even a wee nod to the real life Ophiocordyceps fungus. You know, that one that turns ants into suicidal leaf climbers for spore delivery. It's nice when a film about weaponised fungus at least knows one true biological fact. And then into this fungal fiasco strolls Liam Neeson. Oh dear God, he's still trying to do comedy. He's looking like he wandered onto the wrong set and decided to stay for the catering. On this occasion, I'll give him credit. It's not awful. He plays the straight man in the chaos, which mostly means standing around glowering while everyone else does the acting. It suits him. Misery's always been his natural resting state. And then we get Joe Keery. Yeah, the lad from Stranger Things. Now blonde, bouncy, and clearly having the time of his life, chewing scenery like it owes him rent. He's partnered up with Georgina Campbell, who remains criminally underused because apparently talent wasn't something the director knew what to do with. Her ex-boyfriend's turned zombie, there's fungus everywhere, and the two of them are just trying to survive long enough to get to the credits. It's all fine, it moves along, it exists, it's about as thrilling as watching the condensation form in the inside of your pint glass. Every beat, every twist, every attempt at humour, predictable to the nanosecond. The pacing, it's like walking through syrup in lead boots. Well, let's talk about the effects, because honestly, they're not terrible. The explosions, the splatter, the heads popping like infected blisters, good, proper, practical gore. Thick and gloopy. There's something satisfying about a film that at least knows how to make a body burst. But sadly, any goodwill evaporates the moment the digital deer appears. Jesus. Sorry, I took the Lord's name in vain there. I've seen AI-generated pub signs with more realism. This thing moves like someone fed deer-shaped jelly nightmare into a neural net and said, aye, that'll do. Every time it trotted on screen, I could feel my soul offering. The film's aiming for comedy horror, but it only manages about half of either. The jokes fall flat, the scares miss the mark, and what you're left with is a weird tonal limbo. Like Shaun of the Dead, but written by an accountant. The music's generic, the visual palette's so colourful it's almost cartoonish, and the direction's so anonymous it could have been handled by a damp algorithm. It's the cinematic equivalent of reheated leftovers. It's not good, it's not terrible, it's just there, staring at you while you scroll your phone. And yet, I can't bring myself to hate it. It's not offensively bad, it's offensively average. It's a mid-budget placeholder that exists purely so streaming platforms can pretend they're still making new movies. The occasional good practical effect almost convinces you someone cared, but then another fungal deer wanders past and it's right back to the abyss. Neeson survives with dignity and tact. Keery burns bright and stupid in equal measure. Campbell deserves rescue. The film itself just, it's a shambles. It wants to be clever, scary and funny all at once. It ends up about as coherent as a drunk electrician explaining cryptocurrency. And that's not necessarily a bad thing to look at. It passes the time, sure. It's like a lukewarm pint on a wet Tuesday. You'll finish it, but you might not enjoy it, but you'll forget it ever existed by Wednesday. And there's the verdict, plain and simple. Cold Storage, mildly entertaining, fungus fluff with decent gore, and tragic deer. Not nearly enough comedy to justify its own smirk. I'll give it 5 out of 10. Like I said, it was innocuous, and it passed the time. It called itself Cold Storage. It left me a little cold. See what I did there? I'm great.
You are very chatty.